Tottenham being all Spursy, Manchester United being all Manchester United-y, and Bert's Brainbusters without Bert. What is happening today? It's room 442. Bertie is here though, right here, alongside Michael Singh.
Yeah.
I'm James Sharman, and this is a bit of a therapy session. Boy, Albert here. A lot of action today across the footballing world, including, of course, Albert's very own Tottenham Hotspur up against Manchester City today at the Etihad. 2-0 Spurs at halftime, looking really good. Famous win. Back come City in the second half. Alvarez, Haaland, Mahrez with 2 goals, and in the end, City take the 3 points. Bertie, Spurs, go. Just take it away. What's happening here?
I mean, it started off well, right? They had a fantastic first half, which they haven't had in a long time. I had to look back. The last time they scored 2 goals in the first half came back in September when they beat Leicester City 6-2. Probably shouldn't have won that game either. So I'm like, this is looking good, right?
It's going so well.
They reversed their fortunes a little bit, right? And then come out in the second half and just absolutely flat. It reminds me, like last night in the beer league, we were up 3-0 in the first half, gave up 3 goals in the second half, but we won. We actually did better than Spurs. And it's just, how do you blame Conte for that? It's individual mistakes. And I keep thinking about, Perisic getting done by Mahrez, and then Hugo Lloris, once again, another save he should have had on his near side. Yeah. You got to stop these things. It's individual errors that are killing Spurs. And back to Longley as well. 1 ball over the top. He misjudges his touch. Mahrez goes in and scores. He shouldn't even be in that position. He shouldn't even be in a Spurs shirt, and I'll tell you why. Tottenham and Conte wanted Bastoni from Inter Milan, a very good left-sided center back. Tottenham didn't want to front the bill. Oh, so what do we do? Let's go loan some guy out that Barcelona don't want.
Longley,
it's not Longley's fault.
Well, no,
but this is just one of the list of issues that's wrong with Spurs.
What was Albert saying about Longley, Mikey, as he came on the field? I just need to mention this.
We have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Longley should be starting.
And I'm not
for Tottenham.
Yes, I'm right. And I'm not just putting this on Long. I'm just highlighting the issues at the club.
You know what I keep thinking about? I keep thinking over and over and over in my head, Sharms, is a week ago, we were sitting on this couch, and Albert looked at me and said, Tottenham, if Harry Kane were to move from Tottenham to Manchester United, it would be a lateral move. You know who doesn't do that? Manchester United.
At the time, I still think it's a lateral move.
Oh my God.
But yeah, it's
incredible, isn't it? This team just does it to its fans over and over again. And even at halftime, we're saying, if they can hang on here, they're just 3 points back of second place.
There's no hanging on.
It's just a very underwhelming team in 5th place right now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we looked at it, right? They would have been 3 points off second place with the win.
Yeah.
You're having a poor season, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
A pretty good position to be in considering you're still in the Champions League. But yeah, like I said, individual errors, confidence, leaders not doing what they're supposed to do.
Meanwhile, City, we have to give credit to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Manchester City looked fantastic in that second half. I would love to be a fly on the wall of Pep Guardiola's dressing room during that time. Because you know what's crazy? Pep made no substitutions after that first half. I don't know what he said, what he tweaked. I saw Haaland drop a little bit deeper at times, drift out to the left at times. It got more involved in the game as the match wore on, which is absolutely crucial. But then a guy, Riyad Mahrez. Can we talk about Mahrez for a second?
He's so good.
Like a lot of the times when you talk about Manchester City, Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne get a ton of praise, which deservedly so. But right up with them is Riyad Mahrez. There are times where this guy is just unplayable. And the second half today was another one of those instances. He changed the game for Manchester City.
Yeah, he walks into most teams in the world, I think, their starting 11s. He's that
without
good.
a doubt.
Yeah.
And listen,
without a doubt.
Pep not bringing on De Bruyne tells you exactly what they think about Spurs, by the way.
Yeah, true. No respect whatsoever. So other action today, of course, Barcelona, they won. Real Madrid won. But most importantly, there was that match in Saudi Arabia today, the Saudi All-Stars against PSG. 5-4 PSG. Ronaldo with 2, Messi with 1. I guess Ronaldo is the go after all. Like, you guys watched this game. I'm not sure why.
Sharms, what did you think of the game?
I have no idea. I didn't watch it.
He really didn't watch it.
Literally,
He actually didn't watch it.
There was an office next door to the studio, and I could have watched the game literally, 10 paces away? I chose not to because it's absolutely ridiculous.
Was that like a protest?
It was my protest.
It was your protest.
Yes. I don't condone such
It was a good game,
manufactured games. Was it? Yeah, well,
It was a good
there's
game.
9 goals. Okay.
I mean, 9 goals.
Did they hug at least?
Ronaldo.
And
There was a
Messi?
little handshake,
Yeah.
some love there.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys know Ronaldo was named MVP.
Yeah.
What a surprise!
Most
Would never have
valuable
guessed.
player.
You know, right when Ronaldo and Messi got taken off, we walked away from the TV.
Yeah,
We're
we
like,
didn't
"All
watch
right,
anything else.
enough of that."
How was Ronaldo though? In all seriousness, did he look okay? Look rusty? How were his teammates?
He
How
had a
was his
nice
body
goal.
language?
He had a nice goal.
Yeah, he looked fine. He dropped deep a lot because he was getting the ball. He's like, "Oh, I gotta pick up the ball."
He backtracked.
Yeah, he backtracked. Do you believe that? Yeah.
Well,
Got a
maybe
little
it's the new
shiner
Ronaldo.
too from Keylor Navas. Came
right.
with a little bit of a black eye.
It was a weird
punch in
game
the
though.
head.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it was a weird one, but I mean, we'll see more of these type of games as the Middle East invest in more and more football.
Yeah.
We saw the Super Cup from Italy yesterday as well in Saudi Arabia. It's going to keep happening. I guess the old guys just accept it.
That's it.
You know, the game's gone. Simple as that. Eh?
It's gone.
When we come back, though, we're talking some Manchester United with Rich Fay of the Manchester Evening News. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. It started badly with 2 straight defeats and United rooted to the bottom of the Premier League table, but with the Red Devils now joint second and unbeaten in the last 20 matches, could Erik ten Hag finally be the man to restore the titles and trophies of the Ferguson era? To answer that, let's take a look at how United were doing at this point in the season in the years since the big man left. 2012-2013 was Ferguson's final campaign, and 19 games in, United were top of the table and 7 points clear. That year, they go on to win the Premiership, the club's 20th title, by a whopping 11 points. Fast forward 12 months, and United were in 6th place after 19 matches. With the David Moyes era getting off to a shaky start, United would finish 7th that campaign, with Ferguson's replacement sacked before the end of the season. Louis van Gaal led United for 2 campaigns from 2014, and after 19 games, his Red Devils sat in 3rd and 6th place respectively. Van Gaal brought in some silverware, claiming the FA Cup in his 2nd season in charge, but boring football and poor man management ultimately cost the Dutchman his job. Jose Mourinho's Man U were 6th after 19 games in 2016-17 and 2nd at the same point a season later. The special one was far and away the most successful manager of the post-Ferguson era, bringing in a UEFA Europa League trophy and an EFL Cup, but it tends to turn sour with Jose, and turn sour it did at Old Trafford. Despite a bright start as interim coach, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first full season in charge saw United in 8th place after 19 games. The Red Devils were top of the table at the same point a season later, but hopes of a new era of success were dashed, with United slumping to 7th after 19 games last season. So is Erik ten Hag the real deal, or another false dawn for the club? Only time will tell if the Red Devils are finally back where they belong. I'm now joined by Rich Fay of the Manchester Evening News. Rich also has a great podcast, by the way, about Wrexham. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, Wrexham. We'll talk about that as well today. But Rich, so we're halfway through the campaign. Obviously, a dismal early part of the season for United. Some dramas here and there, but here we are now, and the team is surging. Is it fair to say now this team is back to where they should be?
I think there's still a lot of work to be done. I think that they are obviously on the rise. They're finding consistency, and Erik ten Hag's really got a stamp on his side. But we are still only halfway through the Premier League season. They reached that mark midweek when they drew Crystal Palace, and I think 3rd place in the league is a fair reflection of where United are at this moment. They're not quite in the top bracket like Arsenal and Man City, but they are a team who, like I said, have found the consistency. They're ahead of Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, because they are so regularly winning games. Momentum is a big factor for United this season, but they are still so early on in the process under Ten Hag. He's only just sort of implemented the style of play that he wants, got the players, the initial sort of batch of players that he wants in, but there's still a lot of work to do. I still think that a title challenge this season is a little far stretched, but it definitely could be a sort of a bridge season. Get back in the Champions League, perhaps win a trophy, the League Cup or the FA Cup, and then next season is where United can really push on and challenge for the top honours.
There's been an array of managers, obviously, since Sir Alex Ferguson, from Mourinho to Van Gaal to Solskjaer and more. Are the fans buying in to Ten Hag at this point?
Absolutely. I think in the past they've maybe been guilty of maybe Solskjaer's a different case because he's a club legend, but getting on side of the managers too quickly, they're a bit sceptical now because obviously they're always going to back the manager. But lots of fans in the summer wanted Antonio Conte of Tottenham rather than Erik ten Hag because he wasn't as glamorous a name. He'd achieved lots in Dutch football, but the caveat was it was only Dutch football and it's not maybe the best barometer and the best way to test him. So there was a bit of a risk, a bit of a gamble from United's part, but it is paying off. He's taken time. He's still learning on the job. Ajax are a massive club, but they're not Manchester United levels. This is, an elite club in world football alongside Real Madrid, Barcelona. There's no one else really at United's level. So he has learned on the job. It's a lot more pressure for him, but he's grown into the role. He's got the authority now. He's got the respect, and everyone knows that he is not only the manager, but he is the boss. You would say no other manager's had as much control as him since Sir Alex Ferguson. His decisions are final. There's a real respect from everyone towards Erik ten Hag, and it feels like he has got that sort of disciplinary approach and the authoritativeness that's been lacking in recent years, and the fans love that. They absolutely love that.
Yeah, we saw that with his treatment of Ronaldo, right? Late last year, of course. Obviously, Ronaldo, I imagine he's still beloved, with the fan base, or he will be as all the nonsense, peters away. But the way Ten Hag dealt with that situation, was that important, do you think, for him and his standing amongst the fans?
Absolutely. Particularly, it was such an important time of the season, and United have subsequently been much better on the pitch since Ronaldo's left as well. So in hindsight, it looks like a brilliant decision. You've got to remember, though, that Ten Hag could have got rid of Ronaldo last summer. I think he should have got rid of Ronaldo last summer, but because he was new in the job, he didn't want to pull up too many trees early on. He didn't want to sort of make too many huge decisions, so he kept him on board when he probably should have got rid of him. And of course, Ronaldo was made captain as well after his first outburst. So, I think at first Ten Hag managed it quite poorly actually, but in the end he really did have enough. It was the final straw, and he put his foot down and really stamped his authority. And since that, United have just gone from strength to strength, and so too has Ten Hag. It was a huge call, one that not all managers would make. They'd always try and please the player, but Ten Hag had had enough at that point, and I think that was a real turning point in United's season.
Yeah, a new era for sure. And I mean, if there is one player, I suppose, that epitomizes the new United, it might be Marcus Rashford, who for a year or so, maybe more, wasn't playing great football. We know that, looked distracted, didn't look happy. But now he's playing amongst the best football of his career. One of the better players in the Premier League once again. What's been the secret to this renaissance of Marcus Rashford?
I think Ten Hag's man management again has really got him focused on what the fundamentals of football really are, and it is just application, working hard, and playing with a smile on his face. He's always had the ability, but he's maybe lacked the self-belief. And in Ronaldo's shadow, they needed another talisman to step forward, and Marcus Rashford has done that. He had comparisons in his career early on with Kylian Mbappe, and you might laugh them off, but right now he's probably performing even better than the PSG forward. He really is arguably the best player in the Premier League right now, on form over the last couple of months. And Ten Hag deserves huge credit, but so does Marcus Rashford. He said on record that he had lots of issues last season, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. He has sort of cleared his head, been able to get back to basics, and he's just a joy to watch at this moment in time. And there's no stopping him, really. He's, like we said, he's always had the ability. He looks like he's going to score in every single game. But on the contrary, the concern maybe is that Man United are over-reliant on him at the moment, because if Rashford's not scoring goals, it doesn't look like anyone else is.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Wout Weghorst is a new signing, but perhaps not a guaranteed starter, more of a depth player. I want to talk about Casemiro. This guy comes in from Real Madrid, all the trophies, all the Champions League, but, the narrative was, well, he's aging a bit now. He's a very one-dimensional player at Real Madrid, but he's been absolutely brilliant so far. Have you been surprised by how he's just changed this team?
I have been changed by the sort of monumental impact, and also surprised that no one really challenged United to sign him in the summer. Whenever Real Madrid get rid of players, you often think, oh, there's a reason why. They know something deep down. And if you look at United's recent track record of signing superstar players, Di Maria, Schweinsteiger, Falcao, they just didn't work out. And they were signing players for the wrong reason and signing them off reputation alone. I think Varane and Casemiro have really changed that. They both wanted to join Manchester United. They didn't see it as an easy payday. They saw it as a challenge, an opportunity to become club legends and to get them back to the very top. And that's what they're both doing. They are just serial winners, and their professionalism, their application is just infectious, and it's such an important influence on the team. Everyone else is learning from them day to day. And yeah, Casemiro surprised me. I didn't really give him as much credit as he deserved at Real Madrid because he was in such a fantastic midfield alongside Modric and Kroos anyway, that he was almost sort of pigeonholed as the other man, someone who you expected just won the ball and did the dirty work. But now he's been given the chance to take centre stage. He has been a revelation and arguably the best midfielder in the Premier League this season.
Almost out of time here, Rich, but I've got to ask you about your Wrexham podcast, Rob, Ryan, Red. This team's like, I don't know, man. It's just gathering so much steam here in North America. Ryan Reynolds is obviously Canadian. We're proud of him, of course, but tell us about the podcast, how it began, and just what's the reaction been given what's happened the last year or so?
Well, yeah, it's been crazy, really. I mean, myself and my friend who I went to university with have been Wrexham fans our whole life. And we realised that before, sort of as the takeover happened, that with the documentary Welcome to Wrexham coming out, we needed to sort of fill the void in the podcast market and give our own expertise on Wrexham. It's gone down really well. It's just been such a feel-good time to follow the club. There's so much good news, and the biggest endorsement is Rob and Ryan both follow us on Twitter, and apparently Rob McElhenney listens to the podcast every week, so we've got their seal of approval, which makes it all worthwhile. But yeah, Wrexham are on the rise, and it's such a good news story. And for me personally, I'm a Wrexham fan who works on Man United, so to be able to cover both teams is an absolute honour for me.
Yeah, outstanding. Great podcast, and you must get those guys on the podcast at some point. Listen, Rich, thanks so much for this. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much for having me.
That was Rich Fay of the Manchester Evening News. All right, we're out of time though, but after the break, Sarah drops by to stand into Albert's shoes. Yeah, it's Birdie's Brainbusters. Welcome back and welcome to Bird's Brainbusters, featuring Sarah Pararia. She insisted she can do a better job than Birdie over there. So we thought, you know what? Prove it to us, Sarah. Take it away.
I don't think I can do a better job, but I'm going to try my best. So bear with me, guys. I'm hoping it goes well. Let's get started. Okay, you guys know how the game goes. I'm going to explain, describe a player. They have to guess it, and then we'll go to player path. So first, guess the player, all right?
All right, let's go.
I played with Lionel Messi and Joao Cancelo. Nuno Espirito Santo was my coach at Valencia.
Laporte.
You're out. I've played in Italy and Spain.
Navas?
Nope. I scored my first international goal against Ecuador.
This is really hard on the couch.
That's very hard.
Complete blank.
I've played at Udinese, Valencia, and Atletico Madrid. I've won the Copa America.
Di Maria?
Oh! All right, first round, nobody got it. Show me it's Rodrigo
Oh my
de
God.
Paul. All right, James, don't worry, it'll get
Should've known
easier.
it's either Argentinian players or
Valencia.
Latino.
Spanish in there as
Maybe
well.
some
Wow.
You
Okay,
mentioned Messi already.
okay.
You're a couple
Guys,
Messi,
we don't
but-
have much time. Let's keep it going. I've played in England, Spain, Italy, and France, to name a few. I've been coached by Guardiola, Conte, Mourinho, and Arsene Wenger.
Ooh.
I've won the Serie A, La Liga, and the FA Cup.
Sanchez.
You are doing
Alexis
it!
Sanchez.
Show me Sanchez.
Hold on.
Your favorite player, Alberto. All right.
Not so good so far, eh?
1 to James, and that's
hard.
it. James, you're leading the way. We should understand.
Yeah, the flip in the.
All
I won't say
right.
it.
Sir Alex Ferguson was my coach, and so was David Moyes. I've played alongside Diego Forlan, Van Nistelrooy, Phil Neville, and Mikel Arteta.
Fellaini.
Nope.
Pretty good guess though, huh?
Yeah, David Moyes.
I've played in both the 2010 and 2014 World Cup. I've played in both England and the US.
Ooh.
Mikey Singh. I was the MLS
Wait,
All-Star
really?
in 2009.
2009 MLS also. I played for United.
I'm gonna give you one more clue because we got to keep it going.
Oh,
I was
I
the
know what this-
CONCACAF Best Goalkeeper of the Year in 2013, 2014, and 2015.
CONCACAF best. Tim Howard.
Hey, Albert, you were
Yeah.
too fast. Timmy June, there he is. All right, let's keep it rolling. I have played in 2 UCL finals, but never won. But I have won the Euros. I have played alongside Ronaldo, Bale, Trezeguet, and Sebastian Giovinco.
Ooh.
I've been named in the Serie A Team of the Year
Pirlo.
5 times. No. I've won the Serie A Defender of the Year 3 times.
You repeat them.
I've played in the UCL finals twice, but never won, but I've won a Euro. I've played alongside Ronaldo, Bale, Trezeguet, and Sebastian Giovinco.
Come on, you know this.
I've been named in the Serie A Team of the Year 5 times and been the Serie A...
Leonardo Bonucci?
Nope.
The other one.
Chiellini.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
James, you're helping.
I was waiting for the
You would've got
LAFC reference.
I'm going Chiellini
Bale,
Bonucci.
what's the reference?
Ah,
Sorry, what's the score?
2. I got.
You have 1.
Yeah,
You
one-
have
she won it
none.
half, 'cause
All
I-
right,
Wow.
last player
You know
guess,
the
then we go
rules?
player path. I've only ever played in England. I've won the Football League Championship, the FA Cup, the Prem, but never the UCL. I was in the UEFA European U21 champion team of the tournament in 2011. Harry Redknapp, Fabio Capello, and Guardiola have all coached me. I've played with Modric, Michael Bradley.
Gareth Bale.
Nope.
Oh.
Ashley Cole, Wayne Rooney, Fernandinho, and Claudio Bravo.
What?
I am the current Premier League champion.
Phil Foden?
No,
That's what I was thinking. So it's somewhat. It's a veteran,
Current
obviously.
Premier League
He's played
champion.
with Michael Bradley.
as in he plays.
Yeah, why would I say Phil
He
Foden?
Oh,
played
okay.
for Michael Bradley with Roma.
Guys, we gotta go
This is a
quick.
good
I
one.
gotta go.
Man,
I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
Show me him. Kyle
Oh,
Walker.
wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good show.
All right, player path. I'm gonna go quick.
All
We
right.
don't have a lot of time, guys. Grimeo, PSG, Barcelona, AC Milan, Flamengo, Atletico Mineiro, Querétaro, Fluminense. Grêmio, PSG, Barcelona, AC Milan.
Ronaldinho.
Hey, Dino, 1 for Albert. Manchester City, Chelsea, Bolton Wanderers, Liverpool, West Brom.
Anelka.
No, we did that last week. Trabzonspor, Perth Glory.
Oh.
James, that was
Do it again, do it again, do it again.
he doesn't actually know
Manchester
that.
City, Chelsea, Bolton Wanderers, Liverpool,
I don't actually know.
West Brom, Trabzonspor, Perth Glory.
What I thought it was.
Oh my
You guys
God.
have 5 seconds
no
to guess here,
idea.
otherwise I gotta keep it going. 5, 4. Show me him. Daniel Sturridge.
Oh, Sturridge, that's a great one.
All right. Dinamo Kiev, Milan, Chelsea, Milan, Dinamo Kiev.
Shevchenko.
Nice, James. You are on
Oh.
fire.
Ha.
Newell's Boys, River Plate, Boca, Fiorentina, Roma, Inter, Al Arabi.
Adriano.
No. Quickly, 5 seconds.
I'm just looking at how
Just-
bad.
All right.
Under the pressure.
Last one was Gabriel Batistuta.
Oh, my God.
I think
All right, guys, that was a bit rushed, but I hope I did okay.
great. I think a much better job than
James,
Albert.
and you won with me as a host.
Did I win?
Did he win?
I think we drew, didn't we? 2-2.
No.
I have no clue.
No, I
don't
got
think
one.
you
I
Well,
got
let's
one.
just for the sake of argument's sake, I say that I won. Okay.
Yeah,
Now I
sounds
understand
fair.
how difficult
Sounds
this
fair.
is.
It's-
Holy
All
smokes.
right.
The pressure is tough,
Wow.
I tell you. All right,
Well
great
done,
job,
Sarah.
Sarah. That was fun. That was Bert's Brain Busters, soon to be recalled Sarah's Brain Busters. It's room for 14.